Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with number 81 in this series Viewers Games in the middle of the World Championship. We should not forget about this series. This one is from Somto from Nigeria. Hi, I'm Somto, my username is Vitus Victor on chess.com. As at the time the game was played, I had played chess for just 2 years. I fell in love with chess in June 2015 when I only read an ebook on how to play chess. Forgotten which book exactly. I have since then improved on my chess skill only by watching tutorial videos most times, and a few times by reading books. It can be addictive a lot of times, which makes me take breaks when other things matter more to me, like school exams. How can school exams matter more to you than chess, Somto? And yeah, I just graduated college, civil engineering. Well done, Somto. I've improved by a great margin in my game since then. Also, I mostly play online. Thanks, Rick. I look forward to seeing the game on your channel. Thank you, Somto, for this introduction. And Somto played this game with black, so let's look at it from the black side. He had a rating of 1082 and his opponent a rating of 1140. And the time control for this game was 1 day per move. G3 from white and D5 from Somto. Bishop G2. Knight f6 and here knight f3, and d3 are the main moves in the database, but white chooses e3. e5, white is giving Somto the center, and he does not hesitate to grab it with both hands, putting both his pawns in the center. Knight c3, and here bishop e7 was played in this position by former women's world champion Shi Jun from China, but Somto played bishop b4. d4, knight c6 and bishop d2, developing the bishop and unpinning the knight, but there's a tactical flaw as pawn d4 is now not protected well enough. And Somto could have won a pawn with e takes d4, e takes d4 and knight takes d4, just a healthy pawn up for black. But Somto did not see it, and he played e4 instead, not winning a pawn here. a3, hitting the bishop, and Somto plays an in-between move, bishop g4, hitting white's queen, instead of bringing his own bishop to safety. Here knight ge2, makes a lot of sense, developing the knight, and preparing to castle the king. Looks very natural, but white plays f3. And now both bishops are hanging. Somto took on f3. And here knight takes f3. Again, developing that knight is a better option than the move that white played, taking with the bishop. Now this knight is still at home. It's important in the opening to develop your pieces, put your pieces into play. And white does not do that. He could have developed that knight on g1 in the last two moves, but he chose not to. Somto took on c3. Bishop takes, and now bishop f5. Queen e2, not a bad move in itself, but where will this knight go to now? Can't go there, can't go there, can't go to h3 either, so that knight is stuck on g1. And that's why queen e2 is not the best move. Knight e4 from Somto, and white castled queenside. Somto took, b takes, and castled kingside. Opposite side castling always guarantees an exciting game. Queen g2 from white, putting pressure on this pawn. Rook e8, strong move by Somto, not worrying about the d5 pawn, but counter-attacking the e3 pawn. Bishop takes d5, rook takes e3, good position for black. White decided to protect the pawn with rook e1, and now another energetic move from Somto. Knight a5, eyeing up this nice square. White took on d5 and queen d6. Again, Somto plays a very strong move, bringing the queen into the attack against white's king. Eyeing up the a3 pawn now. Bishop b3 was played by white, and that's a bad move. This move doesn't help white's defense at all, but it was already hard to give white good advice. He's already lost. He could have played king b2 to protect the a3 pawn, but then there is bishop e4, very strong move, hitting the queen, so you have to take the bishop, and then knight c4 check, as the bishop is now deflected from the d5 square. Very nice move, bishop e4. If you go to c1, then there is queen takes a3 check, king d1, and queen takes c3. Black is winning. He has a strong attack against white's vulnerable king, while two of white's pieces are still at home, looking very silly on g1 and h1. Let's go back to queen d6. We played king b2, protecting the a3 pawn. Bishop e4 very strong, deflecting the bishop from d5. Bishop takes, knight takes check, and you can also go to b3 to keep this pawn protected. But then there is b5, protecting the knight. Black's attack is very strong. White does not have any defenders close to his king. You cannot take the rook in the corner, because then there is checkmate on the spot. So after queen d6, king b2 does not really help. As mentioned, white played bishop b3. In this position, Somto took on a3 with check, king d2, and knight takes b3 check. If you take that knight, then queen b2 check wins the queen because of the skewer. King d1, queen takes, black wins, so knight takes b3 check is a very strong move from Somto. White saw that he could not take because he was going to lose his queen, so he played king e2. Bishop g4 check. Knight f3, finally bringing that knight into play, but it's too late. Knight takes d4 check is another lovely move from Somto. This pawn is pinned to the rook. This knight is pinned to the bishop. And if you take with the c pawn, then rook takes e3 check with total devastation. All black's pieces are attacking white's king. If need be, this rook will also join the party. After knight takes d4 check, white did not take the knight. He played king f1. Queen e6 check. If you go to f2, then there is knight takes f3. That's the strongest move. Black wins. And in the game, rook e2 was played. Bishop takes f3. Almost everything wins, but this is particularly strong. Hitting the queen, and the queen went to a very unfortunate square. Queen g1, it doesn't really matter, but this finishes the game on the spot and puts white out of his misery. Queen takes e2 is checkmate, and Somto had won this game in 23 moves. A nice light game from Somto, played very well for a player with a rating of 1082. This was very good, but it must be said that white did cooperate and did not put up very much resistance. Thanks Somto for sending me this game. It's a nice distraction from the Carlsen Karana games, because when I publish this video we're in the middle of the World Championships 2018. Hope you enjoyed this video and Somto's raging attack on his opponent's king. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment. If you would like your game to be analyzed, please send it to me by email to classroomchess64@gmail.com. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.